The regular season may be over for redraft fantasy football, but I've got some DFS picks for you to win some money this weekend. Let's kick things off with the quarterback position. It's Andy Dalton from the Dallas Cowboys. He's going up against the New York Giants, so it's going to be a tough divisional matchup. However, he just came off of a game where he threw for almost 400 yards and 3 touchdowns against a divisional opponent. He's valued at only $5,600. Guys, you need to get him in your lineups. He's catching fire with this amazing group of wide receivers in Dallas. Dalton has thrown 13 touchdowns in his last 6 games, so get him in your lineups for this weekend. At the running back position, we have Melvin Gordon with the Denver Broncos. He's valued at only $5,700. He's going to see a ton of volume this weekend with Phillip Lindsay out on IR, and the Raiders have given up the 3rd most fantasy points to the running back position this year. And to top things off, Melvin Gordon has scored double-digit fantasy points in 3 of his last 4 games, so you need to get him in this weekend. Next up, we have a pair of wide receivers for you. Let's start with Amari Cooper of the Dallas Cowboys to stack with Andy Dalton. How is this man only $5,800? He has scored 15 or more fantasy football points in 4 of his last 5 games, and this includes 3 games with a touchdown. It also includes 2 games with 100 or more receiving yards. With his big play ability, and in a must-win game, there's no way I'm leaving Amari Cooper out of my lineups. The second wide receiver you need to lock into your DFS lineups this weekend is Antonio Brown of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, valued at only $5,500. He has been one of Tom Brady's favorite targets the last few weeks, with 5 or more targets in his last 3 games. Antonio Brown has 14 total receptions in that span, and now has back-to-back touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. To make this even more of a lock, the Falcons have given up the most average fantasy football points to the wide receiver position this season. Aaron Rodgers finally has trust in a tight end, and his name is Robert Tonyan. Guys, you need to get him in your tight end spots. He has 5 touchdowns in his last 6 games, and he's been targeted 25 times in that span. Also, the Bears are horrific against the tight end position, so make sure you squeeze Robert Tonyan into your tight end position for Week 17. That's gonna do it for this episode of Fantasy Dilemma DFS Edition. Guys, please follow, like, and subscribe wherever you're watching this video. Comment down below, let us know who you plan on adding to your Week 17 DFS lineups, and we'll see you next week.